Jake Paul's car collection is exactly what you would expect from someone who made his name by breaking the internet. Loud, fast, and unapologetically extra. But here is the twist. It's not just a row of supercars for Instagram clout. His garage is a wild mashup of brute force, classic Americana, off-road grit, and pure performance insanity. From handcrafted luxury to street-ready chaos, every car tells a different story, and every ignition sounds like a new episode. Buckle up, because this collection doesn't sit still. Let's start with one of the absolute kings in Jake Paul's car collection, the Rolls-Royce Phantom. And listen, when I say this car screams luxury, I mean it basically whispers it in a British accent while pouring you a glass of champagne. So, Jake's Phantom is dressed in this crisp white finish. Clean, elegant, basically the automotive version of a tuxedo. And under that long, regal hood, you've got a 6.75-liter V12 engine pushing out 563 horsepower. Now, that might not sound like track day power, but that's not what this car's about. It's more of a float past the paparazzi at 150 miles an hour while checking your hair in the mirror type of speed. AKA some gentleman speed. But let's be real, the Phantom is all about the inside. Jake's car is like a 5-star hotel suite disguised as a car. We're talking leather that's reportedly softer than a cloud, and we don't mean that metaphorically. It literally feels like sitting on a marshmallow made by Italian artisans. Then there is that handcrafted wood trim, which gives the interior that yacht vibe elegance. And the moonroof? Massive. Perfect for stargazing, or if you're Jake Paul, filming your next viral TikTok from the backseat. And just to give you a bit of a flashback, remember when Jake and Logan pulled up to that celebrity party in 2018 in a gold Rolls-Royce Ghost? Yeah, they've been on this luxury game for quite a while. That was bold, flashy, but the Phantom is grown man rich. It's old money meets YouTube royalty. Now, while the Rolls-Royce Phantom might be all about modern opulence and contemporary cool, Jake's garage takes a sharp left into classic Americana with something that feels like it rolled straight out of a vintage postcard. The 1958 Ford Fairlane Skyliner. And trust me, this thing is more than just a pretty face with chrome and tail fins. Switching from ultra-modern luxury to nostalgic flair, the Skyliner is a total time capsule. We're talking 1950s red, white, and blue swagger. Back when cars were all about style, statement, and innovation. And this one, well, it made history. The Fairlane Skyliner was the first ever convertible with a retractable hardtop. A tech flex way ahead of its time. Imagine hitting a button and watching the entire roof fold itself neatly into the trunk. Back in 1958. That is wild. Jake's not just collecting cars though, he is collecting eras, and this Skyliner captures that rock and roll spirit of the 50s perfectly. Under the hood, he could be working with anything from a 6-cylinder to a beastly 352cc V8 pumping out 300 horsepower. But let's be honest, it's not just about power here. This is the kind of car you cruise in, not race. And speaking of cruising, Jake's often seen rolling around in this beauty with his girlfriend, Judah Leardam, riding shotgun. It's got that Saturday night drive by the beach energy. Classic, romantic, and just effortlessly cool. Now, if the Ford Fairlane is all about that old school charm and laid back cruising, the next stop in Jake Paul's collection cranks the energy all the way up to 11. Buckle up because we're diving into pure performance with his Lamborghini Huracán Performante. And oh man, this car is a beast in bright blue. This is where the mood shifts from nostalgia to adrenaline. The Huracán Performante is Jake's way of saying let's go fast, let's look loud, and let's not apologize for it. Under the hood, a naturally aspirated 5.2-liter V10 that roars to life with 631 horsepower and screams all the way up to an 8,500 RPM redline. You go from 0 to 60 in just 2.9 seconds, which is basically teleportation with a license plate. And it is not just raw speed, it is science and style. The Performante features Lamborghini's ALA system, short for Aerodynamica Lamborghini Attiva, which is basically just a high-tech way of saying that this car cheats the wind. Add in lightweight carbon fiber components, custom wheels, and some insane interior upgrades, and you've got a supercar that doesn't just look fast, it redefines fast. But here's what makes this Lambo really special in Jake's collection: the emotional connection. He actually posted video the day he picked it up, and you could see how much it meant to him. This wasn't just another flex, it was a milestone. The kind of moment where the dream becomes reality. and you get to drive it home. And just when you think Jake's garage couldn't get any wilder, he takes things up yet another notch. Enter the Ferrari 296 GTB, his blazing yellow hybrid rocket that proves he's not just about flexing, he's about flying. Now, coming off the raw, naturally aspirated insanity of the Lamborghini Huracán Performante, the 296 GTB is a whole different flavor of fast. Sleeker, smarter, and somehow even more savage. This car blends Italian finesse with cutting-edge tech, packing a twin-turbocharged V6 paired with an electric motor. Altogether, you are looking at a staggering 819 horsepower. That is right, this Ferrari doesn't just keep up with Jake's Lambo, it leaves it in the rear view. 0 to 60, just under 3 seconds. And here's the kicker. This wasn't an impulse buy. Jake waited over a year to get his hands on this machine. So when the keys finally hit his palm, he did what an adrenaline junkie YouTuber with a brand new $421,000 hypercar would do. He sent it. We're talking high-speed launches, tire-shredding donuts, the full "this is why we can't have nice things" package. The result? Multiple system failures on day one. Yeah, Jake broke his Ferrari before the paint had time to settle. Straight back to the dealership. But honestly, that just makes the story better. The 296 GTB isn't a garage queen, it's a wild, unpredictable monster, and Jake treats it like a true YouTuber would. Not with those gentle Sunday drives, but with the pedal buried and the tires screaming. Now, after the high-tech Ferrari madness and the raging Lambo fury, you might be wondering, does Jake Paul ever just, have fun with a car? And oh yeah, he does. And nothing says fun with four wheels quite like his wild and wacky Ford Focus RS, better known as the Rainbow. This one's a total curveball in the collection. It didn't start out wild. Originally, it was a simple black Focus RS, but Jake, being Jake, he teamed up with West Coast Customs and turned this thing into a rolling piece of art. We're talking a multicolored wrap with splashes of red, yellow, blue, and pink. It looks like it just drove through a paintball fight and won, and to top it all off, his name etched on the tires. Not the plates, not the dash, the actual Continental tires. That's the kind of extra we expect. But don't let the playful look fool you. This car has got bite. Under the hood is a turbocharged 2.3-liter 4-cylinder engine pushing out 350 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque. And because it weighs just a touch over 3,400 pounds, it still rips from 0 to 60 in about 4.6 seconds. It's got a 6-speed manual, torque-vectoring all-wheel drive, and adaptive dampers, meaning it handles like it is glued to the road, but with just enough looseness to make it a drift-happy toy. And the sound! Forget clean engine notes. This thing has an industrial, mechanical snarl that makes it sound like it wants to fight every car at the stoplight. Add in razor-sharp steering, hard-grabbing brakes, and Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires if you really want to get track-ready, and you've got a car that doesn't just look like a party, it drives like one too. But just when you thought Jake Paul's collection was all about speed, flash, and high-dollar flexing, he throws in a rugged curveball, the Toyota Tacoma. Yep, among the Ferraris, Lambos, and custom-wrapped rockets, there's a humble white Tacoma sitting in the lineup. But make no mistake, this truck has a purpose, and Jake knows exactly what it's for. The Tacoma is Jake's off-road adventure rig, his dirt-slinging, dust-kicking, trail-conquering content machine. Whether it's flying over bumps or powering through the desert for the gram, this is his go-to when he trades racetracks for back roads. It's got that signature tough truck stance and comes either with a 2.7-liter inline-4 or, more likely in Jake's case, the upgraded 3.5-liter V6, putting out a solid 278 horsepower. Not supercar numbers, of course, but still perfect for handling rocks, ruts, and whatever chaos comes with off-road filming. And with a price tag between $40,000 and $50,000, the Tacoma proves you don't need to spend $500,000 to have a good time. Available in rear-wheel or four-wheel drive, it is all about traction and torque when you're out in the wild. And while it may not roar like the M5 or howl like the Huracán, it's got that gritty reliability that gets the job done. So yeah, tucked between all the horsepower-heavy, carbon fiber-drenched beasts, the Tacoma shows a different side of Jake Paul, the adventure junkie. It's not just about street clout, it's about trail grit. Because sometimes the best content isn't filmed on Rodeo Drive. It's captured mid-jump, engine growling with dust flying and the sun setting behind a white Toyota. And finally, riding out of Jake Paul's insanely diverse garage is a car that bridges the gap between luxury and savage street machine, that being the BMW M5 Competition. This isn't just your dad's executive sedan with a sporty badge. This is a stealth missile in a suit, and Jake drives it like it just robbed a bank. Now, after the wild colors of the Focus RS and the electric edge of the Ferrari 296, the M5 Competition brings things back to serious performance business. Under the hood, it is packing a 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8, pumping out 625 horsepower and a monstrous 553 pound-feet of torque. It weighs over 4,000 pounds, but don't let that fool you. This thing still rips from 0 to 62 in just 3.3 seconds, and with no artificial limiter, it'll blow past 190 miles an hour if you've got the room and the guts. BMW went all in on the competition package, and it shows. We're talking sport-tuned suspension that's lower and firmer than the standard M5, 20-inch forged aluminum wheels wrapped in 35 profile tires, and black chrome tailpipes spitting out that signature deep, throaty M Sport growl. It's aggressive, refined, and just the right amount of unhinged. This is the kind of car that doesn't beg for attention like a bright Lambo or a rainbow-wrapped Focus. It just dominates. It's got that silent confidence, like a fighter in a tuxedo. Jake's collection may be full of wild cards, but the M5 Competition is the one that says, I'm still faster than your supercar, and I'll do it with 4 doors and heated seats. Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more insane celebrity car collections. See you next time, gearheads.